Dear Heavenly Father, in the hush of this sacred hour, when the world still slumbers and the night lingers before the dawn, I come before you with a heart laid bare, seeking the gentle touch of your presence. The stillness of this moment whispers of your infinite grace, and in this quiet solitude, I lift my soul to you, longing for the depth of communion that only you can offer. The air is thick with the weight of unspoken prayers, with sighs too deep for words, yet you hear them all. You, who formed the heavens and the earth, who set the stars in their courses and numbered the grains of sand upon the shore. Look upon me now with mercy. Forgive me, O Lord, for the burdens I carry, the sins I have committed knowingly and unknowingly. Cleanse me of the stains upon my soul, for I am but dust without your breath of life. My heart is weighed down with moments I have faltered, with words spoken in haste, with thoughts that strayed from the path of righteousness. Yet your love is greater than my failings, and your mercy reaches beyond the furthest depths of my shame. Wash me, Father, in the purity of your forgiveness. Let your grace flow over me like the gentle streams that nourish the earth, restoring all that is parched and weary within me. Let me find in you the renewal that only your love can bring. Guide me, Lord, in the way everlasting. The path before me is often shrouded in mist, and I do not always see the way clearly. My heart is prone to wander, my steps uncertain, but you are my steadfast rock, my compass in the night. Lead me in the way of truth, in the way of wisdom, in the way that brings glory to your name. If my feet should stray, call me back with the tender voice of a shepherd who knows each of his sheep by name. Whisper to me in the quiet moments. Remind me of your presence when distractions threaten to pull me away. May I walk in step with your will, not leaning on my own understanding but trusting wholly in you. Pour out upon me, O God, the fullness of your love, that I may love as you have loved, selflessly, patiently, without condition. Let my heart be softened where it has grown calloused. Let my spirit be tender where it has become hardened by the struggles of life. Teach me to see others through your eyes, to extend grace where it is undeserved, to offer kindness even when it is not returned. Let me be a vessel of your love, that through me, others may come to know the depth of your compassion. In my words, in my actions, in the quiet service of my hands, let your love be made manifest. Strengthen me, O Lord, for the burdens of this day and the trials that lie ahead. The weight of life is heavy, and my own strength is not enough. But you, O God, are my refuge, my fortress, my ever-present help in trouble. When I am weak, you are strong. When I falter, you uphold me. When I grow weary, you renew my strength like the eagles, lifting me on the wings of your boundless power. Fill me with the resilience to face what comes, with the endurance to keep moving forward, with the courage to stand firm in faith. May I not shrink back in fear, but press on, knowing that you go before me, that you walk beside me, that you surround me with the light of your presence. O God of hope, let my heart be steadfast in you. This world is filled with uncertainties, with shadows that threaten to dim the light of faith. But you are the unchanging one, the rock that cannot be shaken. Let my hope be rooted not in what my eyes can see, but in the promises you have spoken. Remind me, Lord, that even in the waiting, you are working, even in the silence. You are speaking, even in the darkness. Your light is dawning. Let my hope not waver in trials, nor falter in seasons of difficulty, but be anchored in the assurance that you are faithful. Bless me, Father, with all that I need for this day, not merely in material provision, but in the treasures of the Spirit. Bless me with wisdom to make choices that honor you. Bless me with patience to endure challenges without complaint. Bless me with peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding my heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Bless me with joy, not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in the unshakable truth of your love. Bless me with gratitude, that I may see your hand at work in all things. And as you bless me, O Lord, let me be a blessing to others, reflecting the light of your goodness wherever I go. As the first rays of dawn begin to break upon the horizon, as the hush of the night gives way to the stirring of the new day, I rest in the assurance that you are with me, in the quiet, in the noise, in the moments of solitude, and in the midst of the world's demands. I trust in your presence. I lift my eyes to you. My soul finds peace in you, and my heart is filled with the quiet stillness that only you can give. As the first light of morning stretches across the heavens, I remain in the quiet sanctuary of your presence, longing for more of you. My soul drinks deeply from the well of your mercy, for there is no greater satisfaction than to be near you, no greater peace than to rest in the shelter of your wings. The world still sleeps, but my heart is fully awake, seeking you with every breath. This moment, before the weight of the day settles upon my shoulders, is sacred. This silence, before the noise of life presses in, is holy. And so, I linger here, lifting my heart in worship, pouring out my soul before you. Father, as the sun rises in the sky, let your light rise within me. Let it cast out all shadows of doubt, all remnants of fear, all burdens that threaten to weigh me down. Replace them with the radiance of faith, the brilliance of trust, the warmth of your unending love. I do not want to walk in the dim light of my own understanding, but in the full splendor of your wisdom. Let your truth illuminate my mind, that I may see the world as you see it, not through the lens of my own limitations, but through the boundless vision of divine grace. Lord, I surrender this day into your hands. I surrender every thought, every word, every action, that they may be pleasing in your sight. Let my mind be steadfast, undistracted by the worries that so easily entangle. Let my lips speak only what edifies, what heals, what brings life. Let my hands be used for good, for kindness, for acts of love that reflect the goodness of your heart. I do not want to move in my own strength, for I know how quickly it fades. But in you, O God, there is an endless wellspring of strength. Pour it out upon me, that I may walk in the fullness of your power, unshaken by trials, unmoved by the storms that may arise. I ask for wisdom, Lord, wisdom that surpasses human understanding. There are decisions before me, paths that must be chosen, doors that must be discerned, whether to enter or to wait, whether to step forward or to remain still. I do not wish to rely on my own reasoning, for I know it is flawed, imperfect, clouded by emotion and limited perspective. But you, O God, see all things clearly. You know the end from the beginning. You have gone before me, preparing the way, and you promise to guide those who seek you with all their hearts. So I seek you now, humbly, earnestly, longing to be led by the gentle whisper of your Spirit. If the path ahead is not for me, close the door, even if my heart longs for it. If the way forward is one I fear, give me the courage to walk in faith. Align my desires with your perfect will, that I may not chase after what is fleeting but cling to what is eternal. O God, in the sacred stillness of this moment, I lay before you every anxiety, every hidden sorrow, every burden that I have carried for too long. There are fears that grip my heart, uncertainties that whisper doubts into my soul, regrets that seek to pull me back into the past. But I refuse to be bound by them, for you have called me to live in freedom. You have promised that those who trust in you will find rest for their weary souls. And so I lay them all down, every unspoken worry, every silent battle, every ache too deep for words. In exchange, I receive your peace, a peace that does not depend on circumstances, a peace that surpasses all human understanding. Let it guard my heart today. Let it anchor me when the waves of life rise against me. Let it remind me, again and again, that I am held in the hands of a sovereign, loving God who never forsakes his children. Father, I intercede not only for myself, but for those whom you have placed in my life. I lift up my family, my friends, my loved ones, even those who have wronged me. Bless them, Lord. Draw them closer to you. Where there is brokenness, bring healing. Where there is conflict, bring reconciliation. Where there is sorrow, bring comfort. Where there is doubt, bring faith. Let my life be a reflection of your grace, that through my words and actions, others may be drawn to the beauty of your presence. I pray for those who are weary, for the ones who wake up this morning with heaviness in their hearts, with burdens too great to bear alone. You see them, Lord. You know their struggles, their silent cries, the prayers they are afraid to speak aloud. Be near to them. Wrap them in the embrace of your love. Remind them that they are not alone, that they are seen, that they are cherished beyond measure. If there is any way I can be an instrument of your love today, use me, Lord. Let me be your hands, your feet, your voice of encouragement to someone who needs it. Let me walk through this day with eyes open to the needs around me, with a heart willing to serve, with a spirit attuned to the promptings of your voice. Lord, I pray for the world, so broken, so weary, so desperate for your touch. There is darkness, but your light is greater. There is suffering, but your mercy is deeper. There is division, but your love has the power to heal. Let your kingdom come, O God. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Move in the hearts of leaders, of nations, of communities, that righteousness may prevail, that justice may be upheld, that love may be the banner under which we stand. Let your truth penetrate the hearts of those who are lost, that they may find their way home to you. And Father, in all things, let me remain steadfast in faith. When trials come, when prayers seem unanswered, when the waiting grows long, let me not waver. Let me trust that you are working, even when I cannot see. Let me hold on to your promises, even when circumstances try to shake my belief. Let my faith not be built upon emotions that change with the wind, but upon the unchanging foundation of your word. Teach me to walk by faith and not by sight, to trust that you are sovereign over every moment, every detail, every unseen thread of my life. As the morning continues to unfold, as the day begins to awaken, I step forward in quiet confidence, knowing that I do not walk alone. You go before me. You walk beside me. You are my shield, my defender, my ever-present help. Let my soul remain at peace in this truth. Let my heart find rest in your presence, and let my spirit be ever drawn to the sweetness of communion with you. As the morning sky gently shifts from darkness to light, I remain before you, dwelling in the beauty of your presence. This sacred hour, before the world stirs with its countless voices and hurried steps, is where I find my truest refuge. Here, in the stillness, I sense the weight of your glory, the whisper of your spirit, the unfathomable depth of your love. Let this communion be unbroken. Let this moment of surrender deepen. Let my heart remain aligned with yours as I pour out every thought, every longing, every unspoken need into your hands. Father, you are the author of time, the keeper of eternity, and yet, you meet me here in this fleeting moment. What is man that you are mindful of him? What am I that you would incline your ear to my voice? And yet, you do. You hear me. You see me. You know me in ways I cannot even know myself. Every heartbeat, every breath, every unformed thought, I am laid bare before you. And still, you love me. Still, you call me by name. Still, you invite me into the shelter of your grace. O God, I cannot fathom the vastness of your love. It reaches beyond the highest heavens, deeper than the oceans, further than the stars you have scattered across the sky. It is not bound by my failures, not diminished by my shortcomings, not withheld when I am undeserving. It is relentless. It is patient. It is ever pursuing. Your love does not waver as mine so often does. It does not flicker in the winds of circumstance, nor does it fade with the passing of time. Your love remains. It is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And for that, I am undone in awe. Let my life be a response to this love. O Lord, let my days be lived in the light of it. Let every thought be shaped by it. Every word be spoken through it. Every action be driven by its power. For how can I know such love and not be changed? How can I encounter such grace and not be moved? Let your love transform me, refining every part of my being, making me a vessel through which your light may shine. Break down every wall within me that resists surrender. Tear away every chain that holds me back from fully embracing all that you have called me to be. I do not want to live half-heartedly. Lord, I do not want to walk this life with one foot in faith and the other in fear. I want to be wholly yours, fully devoted, completely surrendered. And yet, I confess how often I hesitate, how often I cling to my own ways, my own understanding, my own limited vision. I am prone to wander, to seek control, to measure the unknown against the frail logic of my own mind. Forgive me, Father. Forgive the times I have doubted when you have proven yourself faithful. Forgive the moments I have let worry overshadow trust, when I have allowed the voice of fear to drown out the voice of your promises. You have never failed me, not once, not ever. You have been my provider, my protector, my stronghold in times of trouble. You have carried me through storms I thought I would not survive. And yet here I stand, upheld by grace alone. How could I ever doubt you? How could I ever question the goodness of a God who has never forsaken me? So today, Lord, I choose faith, not because I can see the whole picture, not because I have every answer, but because I know who you are. I know that you are good. I know that you are sovereign. I know that your plans for me are higher than my own, and your ways are perfect even when I do not understand them. I release my need for control, my desire to have everything figured out, my restless striving for certainty. I let it go, Lord, and I place my trust fully in you. Lead me, O God, into the fullness of your purpose for my life. You have placed me here, in this time, in this place, for a reason. My existence is not an accident. My days are not without meaning. You have written a story over my life that is still unfolding, a story that bears your fingerprints, a story that is woven into the greater tapestry of your kingdom. Open my eyes to see it, Lord. Open my heart to embrace it. Remove from me the distractions that keep me from walking in the fullness of your calling. Let me not be consumed by the temporary, by the fleeting concerns of this world that so easily entangle. Let my heart beat for what is eternal, for what will not fade, for what will bring glory to your name. O Father, how I long to be near to you. There is no place I would rather be than at your feet, resting in the safety of your embrace. In a world that is ever shifting, ever changing, ever demanding, you remain my constant. You are the same God who walked with Abraham beneath the desert sky, the same God who led Moses through the parted sea, the same God who whispered to Elijah in the still, small voice. And you are here now, with me. You are not distant, not unreachable, not a faraway deity who merely watches from above. You are close. You are intimate. You are the God who dwells within me, the God who calls me beloved, the God who is as near as my very breath. Let me never take this for granted. Lord, let me never lose sight of the privilege it is to know you, to love you, to be called by your name. Let me never allow the routine of life to dull the wonder of your presence. Keep my heart soft. Keep my spirit awake. Keep my soul forever thirsty for more of you. And as I rise from this place of prayer, as I step into the day that lies ahead, let me carry this moment with me. Let me not leave this communion behind, but walk in it, breathe in it, remain in it. Let the peace I have found in your presence follow me into every conversation, every decision, every step I take. Let the stillness of this hour echo in my spirit, reminding me that no matter where I go, no matter what I face, you are with me. And so I walk forward in confidence, not in my own strength, but in yours, not in my own wisdom, but in the wisdom that comes from above, not in my own plans, but in the divine orchestration of a God who holds all things together. I am yours, Father, fully, completely, without reservation. Lead me, and I will follow. Guide me, and I will trust. Speak, and I will listen. For you alone are my God, my refuge, my ever-present help, and in you I will not be shaken. Heavenly Father, as I remain in this sacred communion with you, my heart continues to rest in the stillness of your presence. The world may soon awaken, but here, in the quiet of this moment, I am held in the sanctuary of your love. There is no rush, no urgency, no distractions, only the unbroken connection between my soul and yours. Let this be the posture of my heart, not just in these early hours, but in every hour of my life. Let me walk in this awareness of you, in this nearness, in this unwavering trust that you are always with me. Father, you are the God who speaks in the silence. When the world is loud with demands, when my mind is cluttered with worries, when the voices of doubt and fear rise within me, remind me to return to the quiet place where I can hear you. Let me not be so consumed by the noise of life that I fail to recognize the gentle whisper of your spirit. Teach me to listen, not just with my ears, but with my heart. Let my soul be attuned to the slightest movement of your will, so that I may walk in obedience, following where you lead. I surrender myself again. Lord, not in part, but in whole. Take all that I am, all that I have, all that I hold dear, and let it be yours. My dreams, my ambitions, my desires, I lay them at your feet, knowing that what you have planned for me is far greater than anything I could design for myself. If my plans do not align with yours, then reshape them. If my steps begin to wander, then redirect them. If my heart clings to anything more tightly than it clings to you, then loosen my grip and set me free. I want to live for you alone. Father, I want my life to be a reflection of your glory. And yet, I know how frail I am. I know how easily I can be swayed by the distractions of this world, how quickly I can fall into patterns of complacency. Keep me from growing cold in my faith. Lord, keep me from becoming indifferent to the wonder of who you are. Stir within me a hunger for more of you, an insatiable longing that cannot be satisfied by anything else. Let my soul thirst for your presence as the deer pants for streams of water. Let my heart chase after you with relentless pursuit, never settling for a life that is anything less than fully surrendered. O God, refine me in the fire of your holiness. Purify me, cleanse me, make me new. Search me and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. If there is anything within me that is not pleasing to you, remove it. If there are hidden sins I have not confessed, bring them to light so that I may lay them before you in repentance. I do not want to hold on to anything that separates me from you. Lord, I do not want to be bound by anything that keeps me from walking in the freedom you have given me. Release me from the chains of fear, from the weight of shame, from the lies that try to define me. Let me stand firmly in the truth of who you say I am: redeemed, forgiven, chosen, beloved, Fill me with the power of your Holy Spirit. Lord, I cannot walk this journey of faith in my own strength. I need you in every moment, in every decision, in every step I take. Strengthen me to resist temptation, to stand firm in trials, to persevere when the road is long and the burden is heavy. Let me not rely on my own understanding, but on your infinite wisdom. Let me not lean on my own strength, but on the power that is made perfect in my weakness. When I am weary, be my rest. When I am uncertain, be my guide. When I am afraid, be my courage. And Father, as you work within me, let your love flow through me. Let me be a vessel of your grace, extending kindness where it is undeserved, offering forgiveness where it is withheld, speaking life where there is despair. Let my words bring healing, not harm. Let my actions reflect the character of Christ. Let my presence be one that brings peace, that carries the fragrance of your goodness into every room I enter. May my life be a testimony, not of my own strength or righteousness, but of your mercy, your faithfulness, your unending love. I pray for those around me, Lord, for the brokenhearted, for the weary, for the lost. You see them, you know them, you love them with a love that has no bounds. Draw near to them, just as you have drawn near to me. Heal the wounds that no one else sees. Restore the hope that has been lost. Break the chains that have held them captive for too long. Let them know the depths of your love, the joy of your salvation, the peace that comes from walking in step with you. O God, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Move in power, move in grace, move in ways that only you can. Let revival break forth in hearts. Let faith arise where doubt has taken root. Let the name of Jesus be lifted high above every other name. May the nations bow before you. May every tongue confess that you alone are Lord. Let righteousness spring up like a river. Let justice roll like the mighty waves of the sea. And in the midst of it all, Lord, keep me steadfast. Keep my eyes fixed on you. Keep my heart anchored in your truth. No matter what comes, whether joy or sorrow, abundance or lack, certainty or the unknown, let my faith remain unshaken. For you are my rock, my refuge, my unchanging foundation. In you, I find all that I need. In you, my soul is at rest. As I linger in the depth of your presence, let my soul remain open to your voice, attuned to the whisper of your spirit. The world may stir to life, but I remain still before you, wrapped in the quiet assurance that you are near. The sacred hush of this early morning is a gentle reminder that before all things begin, before the demands of the day press in, you are here. You are always here. And in this stillness, I find the peace that nothing else can provide. Father, you are the keeper of my days, the sustainer of my breath, the one who holds my life in the palm of your hands. Every moment I have, every second I live, is a gift from you. I do not want to waste it. Lord, I do not want to walk through this day unaware of your presence, distracted by the fleeting concerns of this world. Keep me mindful of you. Keep me aware that every step I take, every word I speak, every thought I entertain is seen by you, known by you, weighed in the balance of eternity. Let me not be careless with my time. Let me not be negligent with my purpose, but instead, let me walk with intention, with wisdom, with the clarity that comes from knowing that my life belongs to you. And so, Lord, I place this day before you, every hour, every task, every conversation. I lay it all at your feet. May my work be done with excellence, not for my own glory, but for yours. May my interactions be marked by kindness, my words seasoned with grace. May my choices reflect integrity. May my heart remain pure. Let me not be swayed by the distractions that seek to pull me away from what truly matters. Let me not chase after what is temporary, but invest in what is eternal. Let my life be a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to you. Father, I ask for clarity in my mind and peace in my heart. There are so many voices, so many opinions, so many pressures in this world that threaten to cloud my thoughts, to steal my peace. But you are not a God of confusion. You are the God of wisdom, of order, of divine understanding. So I ask that you would grant me discernment today, to know what is right and to pursue it, to recognize what is not from you and to turn away from it. Let me not lean on my own understanding, but instead trust in you with all my heart. And Father, when challenges arise, as they inevitably will, let me not be shaken. When difficulties come, let my first instinct be to run to you, not to worry, not to fear, not to seek my own solutions, but to rest in the confidence that you are in control. You are my refuge, my strong tower, my place of safety. There is nothing that can come against me that is greater than the power of your name. No trial too great, no burden too heavy, no problem too complex, because you, O God, are the one who holds all things together. Even in my weakness, you are strong. Even in my uncertainty, you remain steadfast. Even in my struggles, your grace is sufficient. So I surrender. Lord, I surrender my worries, my fears, my anxieties. I surrender my need for control, my desire to always understand. I surrender my pride, my ambitions, my plans. Whatever is not in alignment with your will, remove it. Whatever does not glorify you, refine it. Whatever is keeping me from fully trusting you, tear it down. I do not want to hold on to anything that separates me from you. Lord, I do not want to cling to anything that is not of you. Take my heart, Father, and mold it. Make it tender where it has grown hardened. Make it strong where it has grown weak. Make it pure where it has been tainted. Let my heart be a reflection of yours, full of compassion, full of mercy, full of unfailing love. Let me love others as you have loved me. Let me extend grace as you have so graciously extended it to me. Let me be slow to anger, quick to forgive, patient in times of trial, steadfast in times of difficulty. O God, let me live today in such a way that my life points others to you. Let me not be so focused on my own needs that I fail to see the needs of those around me. Let me not be so caught up in my own concerns that I miss the opportunity to be a light in someone's darkness. Let my life be a testimony of your goodness, a witness to your faithfulness, a reflection of your love. If there is someone in need of encouragement today, let me be the one to offer it. If there is someone in need of comfort, let me be the one to bring it. If there is someone who needs to see the love of Christ in action, let them see it in me. And Lord, I ask that you would be present in the places where I cannot go. There are people I love who are struggling, people I care about who are hurting, people I may never meet who are in desperate need of your touch. Be with them. Father, move in their lives as only you can. Heal the brokenhearted, restore the lost, bring peace to those who are burdened. Let them encounter you in a way that changes everything. Let them see that you are real, that you are present, that you are able to do far more than they could ever ask or imagine. Father, as I walk through this day, let my eyes remain fixed on Jesus. Let me not be consumed by the temporary things of this world, but let me set my mind on things above. Let me remember that this life is fleeting, that my time on this earth is but a breath in the grand scheme of eternity. Let me live with eternity in my heart, with heaven as my goal, with Christ as my highest treasure. I do not know what this day will bring, Lord, but I know that you go before me. I do not know what challenges I will face, but I know that nothing is beyond your power. I do not know what victories or struggles await me, but I know that in all things, you are working for my good. So I trust you. Lord, I trust you with every moment, every breath, every detail of my life. You are faithful. You are sovereign. You are my God. And in you, I place all my hope. As I continue to abide in your presence, let my heart remain steadfast, my spirit undisturbed by the rising tide of responsibilities that come with the dawn. The world may be waking, but I desire to linger here, where my soul finds its deepest rest. I do not want to step away from this sacred communion unchanged, nor do I wish to leave behind the peace I have found in this moment. Let it go with me, Lord. Let it be the undercurrent of my every thought, the quiet strength beneath my every action. Father, I thank you for this new day. It is not a burden, nor an obligation, but a gift, an opportunity to walk with you, to serve you, to glorify you in all I do. Let me not take it for granted. Let me not squander the precious hours you have given me. Instead, let me use them wisely, purposefully, with eternity in mind. Teach me to number my days, that I may gain a heart of wisdom. Teach me to live not for fleeting pleasures or worldly success, but for the things that truly matter, the things that will stand the test of time, the things that bring honor to your name. O Lord, my heart is eager to do your will, yet I know how prone I am to distraction, how easily my thoughts wander, how quickly my focus shifts from the eternal to the temporary. The cares of this world, the desires of the flesh, the endless demands of life all compete for my attention, but I do not want to be swept away by these things. Father, I do not want to spend my days chasing after what will one day fade away. Help me keep my eyes fixed on you. Let your truth anchor me. Let your voice be the one that guides me, above all others. Father, I ask for divine alignment today, that my will would be in perfect harmony with yours. If I am walking in a direction that is not meant for me, redirect my steps. If my heart clings to something that is not from you, loosen my grip. If I am pursuing a path that leads away from your purpose, turn me around. I do not want to move ahead of you, nor do I want to lag behind. I want to walk in step with you, fully surrendered, fully trusting. Lead me, Lord, and I will follow. And as I walk, let my heart remain in a posture of humility. Let me never become so confident in my own abilities that I forget my complete dependence on you. Everything I have, every talent, every opportunity, every breath is a gift from you. Without you, I am nothing. Without you, I can do nothing. Let me never lose sight of that truth. Keep me from pride, from self-sufficiency, from the illusion that I am in control. Instead, let me live in constant awareness of my need for you, seeking you not only in times of difficulty, but in every moment, in every season, in every decision. O Lord, make me a vessel of your love today. There is so much pain in this world, so much brokenness, so many hearts weighed down by burdens unseen. Let me be an instrument of healing, a messenger of hope. Where there is loneliness, let me bring comfort. Where there is despair, let me shine your light. Where there is anger, let me be a voice of peace. Let my presence reflect your presence. My words reflect your wisdom. My actions reflect your compassion. Let me love not just in word, but in deed. Let me not turn away from those in need, but open my hands and my heart to serve, just as you have served me. Father, I pray not only for myself, but for all those who are struggling today. For the weary, the discouraged, the lost, be near to them. Lord, let them feel your presence in a way they never have before. Speak to them in the quiet moments. Remind them that they are seen, that they are known, that they are deeply loved. Break the chains that bind them. Lift the burdens that weigh them down. Restore the joy that has been lost. If there is any way that I can be a part of that work, use me. Lord, let me be your hands and feet. Let me be a living testimony of your goodness, a reflection of the grace that has so radically transformed my own life. Oh God, I pray for divine appointments today, moments orchestrated by you, opportunities to be a blessing, conversations that point others toward you. Help me to recognize them when they come. Give me the courage to speak when you prompt me, the wisdom to listen when you call me to be silent, the discernment to know what is needed in each situation. Let me not be so preoccupied with my own plans that I miss the work you are doing right in front of me. Let me live with open hands, with an open heart, with a spirit that is willing and ready to be used for your glory. And Father, I ask for supernatural strength to face whatever this day may bring. I do not know what lies ahead, but you do. I do not know what challenges I will encounter, but you have already prepared the way. Whether this day holds joy or sorrow, triumph or trial, abundance or lack, let me remain steadfast in faith. Let me not be swayed by circumstances, but anchored in the unchanging truth of who you are. When I grow weary, be my strength. When I feel weak, be my rock. When I am overwhelmed, be my peace. Let nothing shake my confidence in you, for you are the same yesterday, today, and forever. Father, I give you this day, every moment, every interaction, every decision. I surrender it all to you. Let it be a day that glorifies you. Let it be a day that reflects your love. Let it be a day that bears fruit for eternity. And as I walk through it, let my soul remain in constant communion with you, never straying from the awareness of your presence, never ceasing to lift my heart in worship, never forgetting that I am yours, now and forever. As I continue in this unbroken communion with you, let my soul be drenched in the fullness of your presence. I do not want to merely taste of your goodness and then walk away unchanged. I want to dwell here, abide here, live every moment in the awareness of your nearness. You are not a distant God, far removed from the details of my life. You are the God who walks with me, who knows the number of hairs on my head, who sees even the smallest concerns of my heart. And so I rest in that truth. I lean into it. I embrace the reality that I am never alone. Lord, as this day unfolds before me, I ask that you go ahead of me and make the rough places smooth. There will be challenges, moments of frustration, unexpected detours, but none of them will catch you by surprise. You are already in every moment before I even arrive there. You have already seen every obstacle, and you have already made a way. So let me not fear what is unknown to me, for it is already known to you. Let me not be anxious about what is beyond my control, for nothing is beyond your sovereign hand. Instead, let me walk forward with confidence, not in myself, but in the assurance that you are guiding my every step. Father, I ask for patience today, the kind of patience that is not merely the absence of frustration, but the presence of deep, abiding peace. Let me not be quick to anger, quick to complain, quick to grow discouraged. Let me instead be slow to speak, slow to judge, slow to assume the worst. Give me a heart that is gracious, that offers understanding even when it is not deserved. Let my reactions be shaped by the wisdom that comes from above, not by the impulses of my flesh. And Lord, in moments of weariness, remind me to return to you. I know how easily I can slip into striving, into pushing forward in my own strength, into carrying burdens that were never mine to bear. But you did not create me to live in constant exhaustion, running on empty, driven by the pressures of the world. You call me to rest in you, to find my renewal in your presence. Teach me what it means to truly abide, to draw my strength not from my own efforts, but from the wellspring of your endless grace. Father, guard my thoughts today. My mind is so easily pulled in 1,000 directions. Worries about tomorrow, regrets about yesterday, distractions that steal my focus from what truly matters. But I do not want to live fragmented, divided between so many concerns that I fail to be fully present in the moment you have given me. Teach me to quiet my mind, to take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. Let my mind be filled with things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and praiseworthy. Let me dwell not on my fears, but on your faithfulness, not on my shortcomings, but on your sufficiency, not on the uncertainties of life, but on the certainty of your promises. Lord, I ask that you would keep my heart soft today. The world is full of reasons to become calloused, to grow indifferent, to harden myself against pain, to close myself off from love in an attempt to avoid disappointment. But I do not want to live with a guarded heart. I do not want to be so afraid of being hurt that I miss the beauty of deep connection, the power of compassion, the joy of loving others freely. Keep my heart tender. Lord, let it break for what breaks yours. Let it remain open to giving and receiving love, even when it is costly, even when it requires vulnerability, even when it demands sacrifice. Father, I pray that my life today would be a reflection of you. In my work, let there be integrity. In my words, let there be truth. In my actions, let there be kindness. In my relationships, let there be grace. Let me not live for myself, but for something greater, for your kingdom, for your glory, for the purpose you have placed within me. Let my life be a beacon that points others to you, not through grand gestures or empty words, but through the quiet, consistent testimony of a heart transformed by your love. And Lord, when challenges come, as they surely will, let me not lose sight of you. Let me not be so consumed by my circumstances that I forget the one who holds all things together. Let me not be so overwhelmed by the trials of life that I forget the joy of knowing you. No matter what comes, let my first instinct be to seek you, to fall to my knees, to lift my eyes, to cry out with full confidence that you are near. Father, I know there will be moments today when I fall short, when I fail to live as I should, when I let frustration or fear get the best of me. But even in those moments, I ask for your mercy. Let me not dwell in guilt or shame, but quickly turn back to you in repentance. Remind me that your grace is new every morning, that your love is not contingent on my perfection, that your faithfulness is not dependent on my ability to get everything right. You are the God who forgives, who restores, who lifts me up when I stumble. And so I rest in that truth, knowing that even in my weakness, I am still held securely in your hands. Lord, I pray for those around me today, for those who are hurting. Let me be a source of comfort. For those who are lonely, let me be a reflection of your presence. For those who are struggling, let me be an encouragement. And where I cannot go, where my words and actions cannot reach, I ask that you would go before me, touch hearts, transform lives, do what only you can do. And Father, as the hours pass and this day unfolds, let my spirit remain in constant communion with you. Let me not forget the sweetness of this moment, the peace that comes from being in your presence. Let me carry it with me. Let it shape the way I walk, the way I speak, the way I love. Let every breath be an offering, every thought a prayer, every step an act of worship. For you alone are worthy. You alone are my greatest treasure. You alone are my heart's deepest desire. As the moments stretch into the fullness of this day, I remain before you, unhurried, unrestrained, fully surrendered to the beauty of your presence. The hours may pass. The world may press forward with its unrelenting pace. But here, in this sacred communion, time holds no power. My soul is anchored in you. And in this stillness, I find all that I need, grace upon grace, peace beyond understanding, love deeper than the ocean, strength that never fades. Father, let the rhythm of this prayer become the rhythm of my life. Let my heart beat in time with yours. Let my desires be shaped by what pleases you. Let my mind be renewed by your truth so that I may see the world through the lens of eternity. I do not want to be conformed to the patterns of this world, to the striving, the rushing, the endless chase for things that do not satisfy. Instead, I want to be transformed, to be molded by your hands, to be shaped into a vessel that carries your presence wherever I go. Teach me to walk in step with you, Lord, not ahead of you in impatience, not behind you in hesitation, but in perfect harmony with your will. When you say go, let me move without fear. When you say wait, let me rest without doubt. When you redirect my path, let me trust without resistance. I know that your plans for me are good, that your ways are higher, that your wisdom surpasses all understanding. So let my faith be unshakable. Let my trust be unwavering. Let my obedience be immediate. And Father, as I move through this day, let me remain deeply aware of your presence. Let me not leave behind this moment of prayer as though it were a separate part of my life, but rather let it infuse every moment, every interaction, every breath. Let me walk as one who is continually abiding in you, not just in the quiet hours of the morning, but in the midst of every responsibility, every conversation, every challenge that may arise. Let my work be done with diligence, not for my own gain, but as an act of worship. Let my words be spoken with kindness, not for my own reputation, but as a testimony to your love. Let my actions be marked by integrity, not for my own glory, but so that others may see you through me. Father, I ask for wisdom today, the kind of wisdom that goes beyond human reasoning, that sees beyond the surface, that discerns what is right even when the answers are not clear. There will be decisions to make, paths to choose, conversations that require careful words. I do not want to rely on my own understanding, for I know how limited my perspective is. But you, O Lord, see all things. You know what is hidden. You understand what I cannot comprehend. So I ask that you would guide my thoughts, direct my steps, and lead me in the way of truth. And Lord, when difficulties arise, as they surely will, let me face them with unwavering faith. Let me not be shaken by trials, nor discouraged by setbacks, nor overwhelmed by what seems impossible. For nothing is impossible with you. No challenge is too great, no obstacle too high, no burden too heavy when carried in your strength. When I grow weary, be my refuge. When I am weak, be my strength. When I am uncertain, be my guiding light. I will not fear what is ahead, for you are already there. I will not despair in the face of hardship, for you are my ever-present help. I will not waver in my faith, for you have never failed me, and you never will. O God, let my life be a living testimony of your faithfulness. Let my story be one that proclaims your goodness, not just in moments of victory, but in seasons of struggle as well. Let me not only praise you when the path is smooth, but trust you when the road is steep. Let me not only rejoice when blessings abound, but remain steadfast when trials press in. For you are the same God in every season, the God of the mountaintop and the valley, the God of abundance and of waiting, the God who is sovereign over all things. And Father, as I walk through this day, let me be a vessel of your love. Let me not be so consumed with my own concerns that I fail to see those who are hurting around me. Open my eyes to the needs of others, the ones who are weary, the ones who are lonely, the ones who are burdened with silent struggles. Let me not turn away, but instead extend the same compassion that you have so freely given to me. Let me speak words of encouragement. Let me offer a helping hand. Let me reflect the kindness of Christ in all that I do. Lord, I ask for protection, not just physical protection, but protection over my heart, my mind, my spirit. Guard me against discouragement, against distraction, against anything that seeks to pull me away from you. Let me not be drawn into negativity, into anger, into bitterness. Let my heart remain pure. My thoughts remain focused on what is good. My spirit remains steadfast in truth. Cover me with your peace. Surround me with your presence. And let nothing disturb the deep security I have in you. And Father, in everything I do today, let it be for your glory. Let my motives be pure, my intentions be honorable, my actions be pleasing in your sight. Let me not seek recognition for myself, but rather seek to magnify you in all things. If I succeed, let me give thanks to you. If I fail, let me find grace in you. If I am praised, let me point back to you. If I am criticized, let me rest in your approval. Let my heart be set on one thing alone, to honor you, to serve you, to love you with all that I am. O God, let my life be an offering poured out before you. Let every breath be worship, every moment be sacred, every day be lived in the fullness of your presence. Let me never lose sight of the privilege it is to know you, to walk with you, to be called your own. Let me never take for granted the gift of grace, the power of redemption, the depth of love that has been lavished upon me. So here I am, Lord, still before you, surrendered completely, ready for whatever this day may hold. I do not need to know what is ahead, for I know the one who goes before me. I do not need to fear what is uncertain, for I am held in the hands of a sovereign God who never fails. I do not need to strive in my own strength, for your grace is sufficient for me. And so I walk forward, not in my own confidence, but in the confidence that comes from knowing that you are with me, that you are for me, that you will never leave me nor forsake me. I step into this day with faith, with hope, with joy that is unshaken, for my trust is in you alone. As the moments flow seamlessly into one another, as time passes in the quiet rhythm of your divine presence, I remain before you, my heart lifted, my spirit bowed, my soul fully surrendered. There is no place I would rather be than here, in this sacred communion, where my deepest longings find their answer in you alone. The world may be stirring, responsibilities may be calling, yet in this space, in this breath, in this unbroken connection, I am at rest. You are my dwelling place, my refuge, my ever-present help. Father, let this abiding be my way of life. Let prayer not be something I enter into and leave behind, but rather the very breath of my being, a continuous conversation, a constant awareness, a perpetual yielding to your spirit. Let my soul remain in step with you, whether in moments of stillness or in the busyness of the day. Let my heart be so closely knit to yours that I would recognize your voice in the subtlest whisper, in the gentle nudging, in the quiet conviction that calls me back to your path. O Lord, in this hour before the world fully awakens, I lay my heart bare before you. Search me, know me, examine the hidden corners of my soul. If there is anything within me that does not align with your will, reveal it. If there are places in my heart that I have not fully surrendered, bring them into the light. I do not want to hold anything back from you. Father, I do not want to cling to anything that hinders my walk with you. Refine me, purify me, make me new. And Lord, as you shape me, as you mold me into the likeness of Christ, let my life be a reflection of your glory. Let me walk in a manner worthy of the calling I have received. Let my actions bear witness to your love. Let my words be seasoned with grace. Let my thoughts be centered on what is pure and true. Keep me from selfish ambition, from pride, from seeking my own way. Instead, let me be driven by a heart that longs to serve, to give, to love without reservation. Father, I know that today will bring challenges. Some I may anticipate, others may catch me by surprise, but none are beyond your control. Let me not be reactive, but responsive in faith. Let me not be led by my emotions, but by the wisdom that comes from your Spirit. When frustrations arise, let patience be my shield. When difficulties come, let perseverance be my strength. When I am tested, let integrity be my guide. Let me walk in unwavering trust, knowing that no matter what comes, you are with me. You go before me, and you will never fail me. And Father, let me not be consumed with my own concerns, but let my heart be burdened for those around me. Open my eyes to see the hurting, to notice the weary, to recognize the silent struggles that so many carry. Let me not be so preoccupied with my own needs that I fail to be an extension of your love. Make me sensitive to the needs of others, ready to listen, eager to serve, willing to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Let me be a voice of encouragement, a presence of peace, a source of comfort to those who need it most. Oh God, I pray for those who are struggling today, the ones who are battling unseen battles, who are weighed down by burdens they feel they cannot share. Be near to them, Lord. Let them feel your presence, even in the moments of deepest despair. Where there is brokenness, bring healing. Where there is doubt, bring faith. Where there is fear, bring courage. Let them know that they are not alone, that you see them, that you love them with a love that knows no end. And Father, I lift up those who are walking through seasons of uncertainty. For the ones facing difficult decisions, grant them clarity. For the ones waiting on answers, grant them patience. For the ones who feel lost, guide them with your steady hand. You are the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. You are the God who parts the seas, who moves mountains, who calls forth light in the midst of darkness. Let your will be done in their lives. Lord, let your purpose unfold in perfect timing. O Lord, let this day be a day of divine appointments. Let nothing be wasted. Let every conversation, every interaction, every moment be used for your glory. Let me not miss the opportunities you place before me. Let me not overlook the ways you are moving in the ordinary moments of life. Keep me attentive. Keep me expectant. Keep me ready to be used however you see fit. And Father, in the quiet of this moment, I ask for an outpouring of your Spirit upon me. Fill me afresh. Let my life overflow with the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let these not be mere words, but the very essence of my character. Let them define me, shape me, be evident in all that I do. When the world looks at me, let them see not my own strength, but yours, not my own goodness, but the transforming power of your grace. Lord, I know that there will be moments today when I am tempted to act in my flesh, to speak in frustration, to respond in impatience, to act in selfishness. But I ask that in those moments, you would remind me of who I am in you. Let me pause before I speak. Let me seek wisdom before I act. Let me choose grace over offense, humility over pride, love over judgment. And Father, when this day draws to a close, let me look back not with regret, but with gratitude. Let me see the ways you have moved, the moments you have provided, the lessons you have taught me. Let me recognize your hand in every detail, your presence in every moment. Let my last thoughts before I rest be thoughts of thanksgiving for your faithfulness, for your unending love, for the privilege of walking this life with you. So here I am, Lord, still before you, surrendered, yielded, willing. I do not know what this day holds, but I know who holds it. I do not know what tomorrow will bring, but I know who goes before me. My trust is in you. My hope is in you. My life is in your hands. And that is enough. That is more than enough. Dear Heavenly Father, as the minutes pass and the world around me stirs with the first movements of the day, I remain in the sanctuary of your presence, my heart steadfast, my spirit anchored in you. There is nothing that can compare to this communion, nothing that can satisfy the longing of my soul more than to be near you. Let this be the posture of my heart, not just in these quiet hours of the morning, but in every moment, in every season, in every breath I take. Let me live in constant awareness of your nearness, drawing from the endless well of your love, sustained by the unshakable truth of your word. Father, As I step into the unknowns of this day, I surrender every plan, every expectation, every desire into your hands. I do not want to walk by my own wisdom, nor do I want to be led by fleeting emotions. Instead, I ask that you order my steps, that you lead me in the way everlasting. Guide my thoughts so that they may be aligned with your truth. Direct my words so that they may build up and not tear down. Shape my actions so that they may reflect the love and righteousness of Christ. O Lord, I ask that you fill me with an unwavering trust in your perfect will. There are things I do not understand, situations that seem uncertain, paths that are unclear, but I refuse to be ruled by doubt. For you are the God who sees the end from the beginning. What is unknown to me is already written in your divine plan, and your plans are always good. So let my faith not be shaken by what my eyes cannot see. Let my heart be at peace, knowing that even when I do not have all the answers, I am held by the one who does. And Father, as I walk through this day, let me be mindful of the many ways you reveal yourself. In the simple joys of life, let me see your kindness. In the beauty of creation, let me see your majesty. In the challenges I face, let me see opportunities to grow in faith. Let me not be so consumed by busyness that I fail to recognize the countless ways you are working all around me. Keep my eyes open. Keep my heart soft. Keep my spirit receptive to the whisper of your voice. O God, I ask that you clothe me with humility today. Let me not be puffed up by pride, nor seek recognition for myself, but instead, let me have the heart of a servant. Let me be willing to love without expectation, to serve without seeking reward, to give without hesitation. Teach me to follow the example of Christ, who, though he was king, humbled himself to serve. Let me not seek to be first, but be content in taking the lowest place. Let me not strive for my own glory, but for the advancement of your kingdom. And Father, when difficulties arise, as they surely will, let me not be easily discouraged. When things do not go as I have planned, remind me that my hope is not in circumstances, but in you. When trials come, let me not complain, but instead see them as opportunities to trust you more. When opposition arises, let me respond not with defensiveness, but with love and grace. Strengthen me, Lord, to remain steadfast in faith, unwavering in my devotion to you. O Lord, I pray for protection, not just over my physical body, but over my mind and my spirit. Guard my heart against bitterness, against negativity, against the temptations that seek to pull me away from you. Let me not be influenced by the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of my mind. Let me fix my thoughts on things above, on what is good and true and honorable. Let me be so deeply rooted in your truth that nothing can shake me. And Father, let my life be a testimony to those around me. Let my actions speak louder than my words. Let my love be genuine. Let my faith be evident in all that I do. If there are people in my life who need to see your love today, let them see it through me. If there are those who are hurting, let me be a source of comfort. If there are those who are searching, let me be a light that points them to you. Use me, Lord, as an instrument of your grace. O God, let this day not be wasted. Let it not pass by in meaningless routine, but let every moment be lived with purpose. Let me be intentional in how I spend my time, in how I treat others, in how I glorify you with my life. Let me not look back with regret, but live each moment fully, knowing that every breath I take is an opportunity to honor you. And Lord, as I press forward, let me do so with joy. Let me not be weighed down by worry, nor burdened by the pressures of the world. Instead, let me walk in the fullness of your joy, a joy that is not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in the unchanging truth of who you are. Let my joy be contagious. Let it overflow to those around me. Let it be a light in a world that is so often darkened by despair. O Father, I thank you for this day, for this moment, for the privilege of walking with you. I thank you for the air in my lungs, for the strength in my body, for the clarity in my mind. I thank you for the countless blessings, seen and unseen, that you pour out upon me. Let me never take them for granted. Let me never overlook the gifts that you so graciously bestow. Keep me grateful, Lord. Keep me aware of how richly I have been blessed. And as this day unfolds, as the hours pass and the moments flow one into another, let me remain in this place of surrender. Let me not drift away from this communion, but carry it with me in every step, in every decision, in every thought. Let me live with my heart constantly lifted in prayer, with my spirit attuned to the presence of my God who walks with me. Let me go forward in confidence, not in my own strength, but in the strength of the one who never fails. For you, O Lord, are my rock and my refuge, my shield and my stronghold. In you, I find all that I need. In you, I am complete. In you, I have a hope that will never fade. So I go forward, not in fear, but in faith, not in striving, but in surrender, not in uncertainty, but in the unshakable confidence that I am yours, now and forever. As the minutes stretch into hours and the dawn fully breaks over the horizon, I remain here in the sanctuary of your presence, drawing deep from the wellspring of your grace. Let this moment not be fleeting. Let this communion not be something I leave behind as the demands of the day press in. Instead, let it be the foundation upon which I build every thought, every action, every decision. Let my heart remain in this posture of worship, in this place of quiet trust, in this unwavering surrender to you. Father, as I rise and go forth, let me carry with me the peace that surpasses all understanding. The world is full of distractions, full of noise, full of things that seek to pull my focus away from you. But I do not want to be swayed. I do not want to be consumed by temporary concerns that have no eternal value. Let my soul be anchored in the depths of your truth. Let my heart be fixed on what is unchanging. Let my spirit be unwavering in devotion to you. O Lord, I ask that you fill me with a renewed sense of purpose today. Let me not merely go through the motions of life, but let me live with intention, with passion, with a deep awareness that every breath I take is a gift, every moment an opportunity to glorify you. Let me be mindful of how I spend my time, of how I use the talents you have entrusted to me, of how I steward the resources you have provided. Let me not waste what has been given, but instead use all things for the advancement of your kingdom, for the fulfillment of your divine purpose. And Father, as I step forward, I ask that you go before me, prepare the way, clear the obstacles, make the rough places smooth, guide my steps so that I do not wander, lead my heart so that I do not stray. Let my path be illuminated by your wisdom. Let my choices be governed by the counsel of your Spirit. I do not want to rely on my own understanding, for I know how limited my vision is. But you, O Lord, see all things clearly. You know the end from the beginning. You have already written the story of my life in your book before a single day came to be. So I place my trust in you, fully, completely, without reservation. O God, I ask that you give me the strength I need to face whatever lies ahead. There will be challenges. There will be moments of weakness. There will be trials that test my faith. But let me not falter. Let me not grow weary. Let me not lose heart. For you are my refuge, my fortress, my ever-present help in trouble. When I feel weak, remind me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. When I feel overwhelmed, remind me that your grace is sufficient. When I feel alone, remind me that you are with me, that you will never leave me nor forsake me. And Lord, as I walk through this day, Let my life be a light that shines brightly in the darkness. Let me not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but instead be transformed by the renewing of my mind. Let my words be filled with kindness. Let my actions reflect the character of Christ. Let my presence bring peace to those around me. If there is someone in need of encouragement, let me be the one to offer it. If there is someone struggling in silence, let me be the one to listen. If there is someone who needs to see love in action, let them see it in me. Father, I pray for the people I will encounter today, whether friends or strangers, whether those who are easy to love or those who challenge me. Let me see them as you see them. Let me not judge by outward appearance, by circumstances, by past mistakes, but instead let me look at them with eyes of grace. Let me extend mercy as you have extended it to me. Let me forgive as I have been forgiven. Let me love as I have been loved. And Lord, I ask for wisdom, the wisdom to know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to step forward and when to wait, when to take action and when to be still. The world often rushes, demanding quick decisions, pushing me to react rather than respond. But I do not want to be led by impulse, by emotions, by the pressures of those around me. I want to be led by your Spirit, to move in sync with your divine timing, to act only in accordance with your will. So teach me to listen, to discern, to seek your guidance in all things. O God, I lay before you every burden, every care, every unspoken concern that weighs upon my heart. There are things I do not understand, situations I cannot control, questions that remain unanswered, but I refuse to carry these things alone. I lay them at your feet, trusting that you are working in ways I cannot see, that you are orchestrating all things for good, that you are faithful to complete the work you have begun. Let me rest in that truth. Let me be at peace in that assurance. Let me walk forward in confidence, knowing that I am held in the hands of a sovereign and loving God. And Father, let this day not be wasted. Let me not become so focused on my own needs that I miss the needs of those around me. Let me not be so caught up in my own concerns that I fail to be a blessing to others. Let me be fully present, fully engaged, fully available for whatever divine assignments you place in my path. Let my heart be open, my hands be ready, my spirit be willing. O Lord, let your presence go before me, surround me, dwell within me. Let me not walk in my own strength, but in the power of your Spirit. Let me not rely on my own wisdom, but on the infinite knowledge of my Creator. Let me not be consumed by the temporary, but set my mind on what is eternal. And when the day comes to an end, when the sun sets and the night falls, let me look back with gratitude. Let me see the ways you have moved, the moments you have provided, the blessings I might have otherwise overlooked. Let me rest in the knowledge that I have done all things for your glory, that I have lived this day well, that I have walked in step with you. And let my last thoughts before I sleep be thoughts of thanksgiving, of worship, of praise to the one who sustains me, who loves me, who holds my future in his hands. For you alone are my God. You alone are my hope. You alone are my everlasting joy. And in you, I am complete. As I remain in this sacred communion, let my heart continue to rise like incense before you. The morning air is filled with possibility, with the quiet promise of a day that you have ordained. Each breath I take is a reminder that you are the giver of life, that your mercy sustains me, that your grace carries me forward. And so, before I take another step, before I speak another word, before I engage with the world around me, I linger here, basking in the beauty of your presence. Father, let this day be set apart for your glory. Let every hour be infused with purpose, every moment be an offering of worship, whether I find myself in joy or in struggle, whether my path is smooth or uncertain. Let my heart remain steadfast in you. Let me not measure this day by worldly success, but by the depth of my dependence on you. Let me not count achievements, but count the ways in which I have reflected your love. Lord, I surrender my thoughts to you. My mind is often restless, filled with distractions, worries, and fleeting desires that do not lead me closer to you. But I do not want to dwell in a place of anxiety or confusion. I do not want to be tossed by the waves of uncertainty. Instead, I ask that you renew my mind, that you guard my thoughts, that you anchor me in the truth of your word. Let my mind be filled with things that are honorable and pure, things that bring peace rather than turmoil, things that align with your eternal wisdom. And Father, I surrender my words to you. Let my tongue not be quick to speak, but slow to anger, slow to judgment, slow to respond out of emotion rather than wisdom. Let my speech be seasoned with grace. Let my conversations be filled with kindness. Let my words bring healing and not harm. Let me not speak to be heard, but to edify. Let me not use words to exalt myself, but to glorify you. Where silence is needed, teach me to listen. Where encouragement is needed, give me the words to uplift. Where truth must be spoken, let me do so with love. O Lord, I ask that you guide my actions today. Let me not be idle, nor wasteful with the time I have been given. Let my hands be diligent in their work, my feet swift to walk in obedience, my entire being dedicated to the calling you have placed upon me. Let me serve with joy. Let me work with excellence. Let me carry out my responsibilities not for recognition, but as an act of devotion unto you. Keep me from laziness, from complacency, from settling for less than what you have called me to do. Strengthen my hands, Lord, that I may work not for temporary gain, but for eternal purpose. Father, I lift up my relationships to you. Let me love as you have loved me, selflessly, sacrificially, without condition. Let me be patient where patience is needed, forgiving where forgiveness is required, understanding even when I do not fully comprehend the struggles of those around me. Let me not withhold grace, nor be quick to take offense. Let me be a peacemaker, one who seeks reconciliation rather than division. Teach me to love even when it is difficult, to extend mercy even when it is undeserved, to reflect Christ in all my interactions. O Lord, I pray for those who are struggling today, for the ones who feel unseen. Be their refuge. For the ones who are weighed down by burdens, be their strength. For the ones who are searching for meaning, reveal yourself to them in a way that leaves no doubt that you are the God who saves, who restores, who redeems. Let me not turn away from those in need, but instead be an instrument of your love, a messenger of hope, a vessel through which your kindness flows. Father, I ask for protection, not just from physical harm, but from spiritual attacks, from the lies of the enemy, from anything that seeks to pull me away from you. Guard my heart against bitterness, my mind against doubt, my soul against complacency. Keep me from anything that would dull my hunger for you, from anything that would lead me to chase after what does not satisfy. Let me be vigilant in my faith, steadfast in my convictions, unwavering in my trust. And Lord, when trials come, let me stand firm. When the road is difficult, when prayers seem unanswered, when my faith is tested, let me not waver. Let me not be moved by what I see, but be anchored in the promises of what I know to be true. You are faithful. You are sovereign. You are working all things together for good. Even when I do not understand the process, let me trust not in my own strength, but in your unfailing power. Oh God, I want to know you more. I want to seek you with all that I am, to love you with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength. I do not want a surface-level relationship, but a deep and abiding intimacy with you. Draw me closer, Lord. Strip away the distractions, the idols, the lesser things that compete for my attention. Let nothing be more important to me than you. Let my greatest desire be to know you, to dwell in your presence, to live in full surrender to your will. And as I go forth into this day, let me be a light in the places you send me. Let my life testify to your goodness, not just through my words, but through the way I live, through the way I serve, through the way I love. Let everything I do point back to you. Let my joy be contagious. Let my peace be evident. Let my faith be unwavering. Let me not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of my mind. O Lord, let this day be fruitful. Let it not be wasted. Let it be a day filled with divine encounters, with opportunities to glorify you, with moments that shape me into the person you have called me to be. Let me not look back with regret, but with gratitude, knowing that I have lived this day with purpose, with integrity, with a heart fully devoted to you. And when the night falls, when the work is done, when the world grows quiet once more, let me return to this place of prayer, lifting my heart in thanksgiving for the grace that has sustained me, for the love that has carried me, for the faithfulness that has never wavered. Let my last thoughts be thoughts of you. Let my final words be words of praise. Let my soul find rest in the assurance that I am held, that I am known, that I am deeply, endlessly, eternally loved. As this prayer draws to a close, let my communion with you never end. Though my words may cease, let my heart remain in constant connection with you, my spirit attuned to your voice, my life surrendered in worship. Thank you for this sacred time, for the stillness where I have found you, for the assurance that you are with me in every moment. Let the peace of this prayer linger as I move forward, shaping my thoughts, guiding my steps, and filling my soul with unwavering faith. I entrust this day, my life, and all that I am into your hands, knowing that you are my refuge, my strength, and my everlasting hope. Let your will be done in me and through me, for your glory alone. In Jesus' name, amen.